Hey everyone, I want to share a personal story with you. One that weaves together threads of struggle, loss, and a powerful spark of hope. Growing up, I often felt like I was navigating a frigid world, particularly in the absence of a mother's love. My mom endured 5 years with an abusive partner, forcing her to escape for her very survival. When she finally found the courage to break free, it was only after securing a restraining order, leaving behind a family that felt shattered. But even after her liberation, the aftermath didn't bring relief. Instead, it spiraled into a cycle of bullying and shame. To her, I was a painful reminder of her past, a reflection of the man who had caused her so much hurt. I bore the weight of guilt for things I hadn't done, simply because I resembled my father. Her coldness cut deep, a constant reminder of the anger she carried. It was as if her bitterness shielded her from confronting her own pain. While I grappled with feelings of worthlessness, I yearned for her affection, but every time I reached out, I was met with indifference. Her smiles faded, lost in a fog of resentment. As the years passed, the distance between us widened. The woman who should have been my safe haven transformed into a source of pain. I felt like a ghost in my own home, unseen and unheard. In my desperate quest for her attention, I resorted to all sorts of wild antics, crying, acting out, even trying to win over the school bullies. But each effort fell flat, leaving me in a silence that echoed louder than anything. By the time I turned 16, engulfed by negativity and yearning for acceptance, I sought refuge in the streets. I got involved in drugs and gangs, mistakenly believing that notoriety would finally make me visible. I climbed the ranks, becoming someone feared, but the power came with an unbearable cost. Then tragedy struck. Losing my closest friend shattered my illusion of strength. Instead of seeking vengeance, I found clarity in my sorrow. I realized this wasn't the life I craved. I was merely running from my pain, rather than confronting it head-on. I needed a purpose, something to help me reclaim my life. Amidst the darkness of those streets, I stumbled upon a glimmer of hope. I met a passionate young artist who showed me that love can be a profound healing force, igniting something within me. Their light guided me toward healing, teaching me about the beauty of love and connection. With newfound strength, I returned home and went back to school. To my surprise, I discovered that my mom had transformed for the better. She had worked hard to rebuild her life, and in doing so, she began to forgive. Not just me, but herself. Together, we forged a new bond, built on mutual respect. Now I have a family that I cherish deeply, and a life constructed from hard work and resilience. This journey of transformation wasn't easy, but it was vital. I learned that vulnerability doesn't equate to weakness, and that asking for help is a true sign of strength. Thank you for listening. If this story resonated with you or brought a spark of hope to your own struggles, I invite you to follow along for more stories of resilience and redemption.